Hi, Mixtresses and Mixters. This is Mixtress Ray, and I thought I would just do a little bit of Where Are You Now Maury video. I have recently gotten over 1,000 subscribers, which I never thought would happen. So I decided a long time ago, I don't think I ever said this to you guys, but I decided a long time ago that I would, when I hit 1,000, I would show you guys my face. Of course, you've seen my face if you follow my Instagram or other stuff like that. But this is the first time that I, as an adult, am showing you my face on my YouTube channel. So here it is. Don't critique me too much on my makeup skills because I am very much a beginner. I tried to contour today. You could probably not tell at all that I did, but I did. So, this is my face. This is literally the first time I've set up a shot to show my actual face, so I did sort of a test thing, but I don't really know how it's gonna turn out. If the lighting's good, I don't know. So, beginner. Remember that I'm a beginner. So yeah, I have had some comments about, so if you're just joining me, if you have just subscribed because you saw the Maury video, hi. So sort of a where are you now? Obviously my hair has grown back. I am 17 years older now. What else? I still wear the ivy. I do that sometimes. Oh crap, I was gonna put a nose chain on. Damn it. Anyway, I forgot my last accessory. That's what happened. As far as like psychologically, I do have, if you look, I'll put a link in the description, but it's, I do have a SoundCloud where I talk in depth about my whole experience on Maury, so you guys can, if you are interested, you can listen to that. And I do have a radio show every Friday from 7 to 11 Central Standard Time. Also a good way to keep up with my stuff because every Friday I have that and I do a lot of talking on that. Let's see. Maury. I was going to talk about Maury. I'm so nervous because this is my face and you guys are going to now critique my face. I still don't plan to do a whole lot of ASMR videos face-to-face because for me, most of the time I don't go in for that kind of stuff myself. Here's sort of, I guess I could give like a sort of explanation as to how I typically do ASMR stuff because I have had a lot of critiques. I mean, first of all, ASMR is a very niche thing. And secondly, a lot of comments that I get are, this is not ASMR. And here's the thing, like, for me, so I have a niche thing that I do, which is ASMR, and then the way that I do ASMR is very niche. So that's just what we're working with me. Basically, my explanation for the way that I do ASMR is, for me, the things that trigger me when I watch videos online is I really just like to see people that are calm generally and are very into, it's basically like special interest stuff. I really like seeing people talk about things that they're interested in or do things that they're really good at or they really enjoy doing. So for me, like anything could be ASMR. Like my first experiences, like a lot of people's first experiences with ASMR, my first experiences are like Bob Ross, you know? I love watching Bob Ross paint because he's good at it and he just talks calmly while he's doing it, and that's my thing. Sorry, my right nostril always like waters, snots whenever I put on makeup. I don't know why. Always. So I'll be dealing with that. I hope you guys can hear me well too. This is such an experiment because I normally don't have I have to record everything with my phone because that's the video camera I have. Or I can do the VHS tour that I did of my house. I have that old camcorder, but those are my two options. And as far as mics, I don't have any fancy mics. I do have access to a fancy mic, but I haven't gotten used to using it yet, so I haven't. So apparently I'm all over the place whenever you can see my face. Plus, I didn't really know what I was going to talk about. I'm just so excited that I have 1,000 listeners. I can't even process that. I never thought that that would happen. So welcome if you're one of my new people. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to keep doing this. And of course, I wouldn't have continued my YouTube channel as long as I have if nobody wanted to watch it, and 1,000 of you do, more than 1,000 now. So I know that's like nothing in terms of YouTube land. Like, I don't have billions of subscribers like Jenna Marbles, but this is so cool. So thank you guys so much. I guess this is just going to be called ASMR introduction and rambling. So as far as like, I have been really encouraged and validated by you guys' comments, especially on that Maury video. So thank you guys so much. It really was one of those experiences where when I went through it and the, decade after going through it, I felt kind of isolated. I felt like my reaction to that process was because of me, because I'm autistic, because I'm weird, because, all that stuff. I really didn't think that my reaction was a typical reaction. But to see how many of you, like kids, people that are, 20 and under, commenting on that video like, oh my God, I can't believe it was that bad back in the 90s. That, like, I used to get kicked out of school. I got kicked out of school for having a blue streak in my hair. Like, I had a strip over on this side of my head that I bleached and dyed blue. One strip. Like, you remember Rayanne from My So-Called Life? It was like that, only it was blue. That was my motivation for doing it, actually, because Rayanne was a hero of mine. Surprise, surprise, if you know who that is. That's obvious why she would be. But anyway, I got sent home, and they told me to wash, not to come back until it was washed out. And that was just a normal thing that we went through back in the day. I got sent home for wearing dark makeup. Oh, I got put in detention for wearing dark makeup. I think I got a week of detention because what had happened was my drama teacher, of all teachers, to be mad at you for dramatic makeup, my drama teacher sent me to the principal's office because I was wearing that was the day I was wearing makeup that was inspired by the Stay by Shakespeare's Sister music video. Look that up. And it was just basically a lot of black in the eye area. And she sent me to the principal's office, or she sent me to the bathroom just to wash it off. I can't remember. Whatever. In any case, I think she sent me to the bathroom to wash it off, and I didn't. And I stayed gone for a while. So then she sent me to the principal's office, and I forged a signature saying that I went, but I really didn't. I just wandered the halls for a little while. And then I think I got detention for forging the signature is what I really got detention for. But, because I wouldn't go to the office and I wouldn't wash the makeup off. Whatever. Anyway, it's just been really validating to get all of your comments, because growing up in the 90s, it really was I had to be weird because that's who I was, and if I didn't display it, I wasn't me. So I had to do that, but I got sent to detention for doing it. I got made fun of on television, as you guys all saw. I really didn't remember, like I remembered it being like a traumatizing experience, but until watching it back when I digitized it to put it on YouTube, I didn't remember that part, like where I was standing backstage and being introduced before they let me come out and talk. I didn't remember that like the entire audience was just laughing at me. I didn't remember that part. I blocked it. So seeing it again, and that's something that I talk about in the SoundCloud thing too. Seeing that again was difficult, you know, because it really did affect me, even though I didn't remember it. That whole thing really did affect me a lot. Just being on TV to be made fun of and to be made over. Obviously, the makeovers are not something that's going to stick for any of us kids. Not stick at all. Like, obviously. First of all, what was up with the fashion? Like, I don't even remember the fashion being that bad in the late 90s. I really don't think it was that bad. I think that they just had a terrible stylist on Maury Povich back then, because dressing all of those kids as if they were like 40-year-old boring people. Like, what? I was one of the only ones, like, my dress wasn't that awful. Like, I don't like to wear red. I never have. Bright red's not really my thing. But, I actually didn't look that terrible in the outfit. It was just, like, I was seriously fighting tears the entire time I was out there after the makeover, which I'm sure is pretty obvious. It was awful, and it was all because they cut my hair without my permission. Because I had actually, like, before we even started taping, the day of, I was like, you know what, I've really been thinking about it, and I really don't want you guys to cut my hair. Like, if you need to cut like 5 inches or something, and it was like about this long at the time, so, you know, if they had cut a good 5 inches, it still would have made a difference. They could have styled it in a way that made it look shorter or something, you know, if they wanted drama. And, you know, I just said to them, I was like, this is my hair, you know, like, this is a thing that you can't take back. The rest of it, you know, do whatever you want with my outfit, whatever. But I really, really would like it if you didn't cut my hair drastically. And they signed off on it. And we actually signed a piece of paper, me and my mom. I probably didn't sign it because I was under 18, so it probably wouldn't have counted if I signed it. But my mom signed something saying that, you know, they had agreed that they were only going to cut up to 5 inches of my hair. And when we got to the point where we were shuffled backstage and everything was a whirlwind of crazy activity, and we were all being shuffled around and, like, not treated like people, because they had to, like, get the turnover. They did the makeover in, like, I don't know, maybe an hour, less than an hour. Anyway, the hairstylist pulled all of my hair back, and the producer, the one that I had signed the little piece of paper with, actually came up right before the guy cut my hair, and he said, actually, she only agreed to 5 inches. Obviously, memory is a weird and changeable thing. It's ephemeral. I understand that. But this is the way that I remember it, and I don't think my story has changed, but probably has. Anyway, so he has my hair pulled back. The producer comes up and says, she only agreed to 5 inches, and he literally chops it all at once. Of course, he evened it out afterwards, but he chops it all at once, like, and then he goes, too late. And that is, like, I just remember freezing. Like, you know, fight or flight, there's also freeze. Fight, flight, or freeze. I froze, and then I cried. And cried and cried. The entire time he was cutting my hair, I cried. The entire time they were putting makeup on my face, I was crying. And the woman that put the makeup on my face was very sweet. Like, I was being pretty quiet about it. Like, my mom wasn't back there. I'm 16 years old. I might have even been 15 at the time. I think I was 16. I'm crying. the woman's being so sweet, like she had to reapply my makeup a bunch of times because I couldn't stop crying. I was having a full-on autistic meltdown. I didn't know that it was an autistic meltdown at the time, but I was having one. And I'm bawling my eyes out, and she was trying to find a way to connect to me. And this is all explained in the SoundCloud thing too, so sorry if I'm being repetitive. But she was trying to find a way to connect to me, so she started asking me about things that I liked, and I was super into Tori Amos at the time, like a lot. I was obsessed with her. And she somehow, got that out of me, and she said I actually did her makeup one time. And such a stupid little thing, but it was something that connected me in this awful situation. All these people I didn't know backstage. My mom wasn't there. I was in New York. I had never been there before. I felt completely alone in that moment, and I was just crying and crying and crying. My hair was gone, and as you can see, I still like really long hair. Like, I really, really like it. That is my thing. I haven't really changed my style since I was in my teens. I'm probably still going to dress exactly like I did when I was 16 whenever I'm 85. I got no apologies for that. But anyway, my hair was a big deal, and they cut it, you saw, if you watched the Maury video, they cut it up to like, I don't know, here, somewhere, something. It looks stupid. Anyway, so I didn't have my hair, I didn't have my mom, I was completely isolated, I had no connection to anything, and the only thing that made me stop crying was when she said she had done Tori Amos's makeup before. And that was the moment that I stopped crying. So, that woman was really sweet. She knew what she needed to do. She needed to connect to me somehow. And at that moment, I was like, okay. And that's why, if you've seen the Maury video, I say I hate the hair, I hate the outfit, but I like the makeup, which was actually a lie, because I didn't like the makeup. The makeup was awful. Oh God, it was so thick, and ugh, I hated it, actually. But I said I liked it because the woman that did it was nice, and she was the only one that tried to talk to me like a person, and she was the reason that I stopped crying. Even though I really could not hold it together. I was just barely keeping it together that whole time, waiting for it to be over so that we could leave. And we left pretty immediately. It was pretty immediate. I remember being us all changing back into our goth clothes right after the taping. We were allowed to keep one item from our makeover stuff, as long as it wasn't an expensive item. We were able to keep one accessory. I couldn't have kept the dress that I wore, which is probably the thing that I would have chose, because that dress fit me and it didn't look too bad. I could have found a way to goth that up, but we weren't allowed to keep something that expensive. I could have kept the sweater or the stupid necklace they put on my hand as a bracelet that I had to do the claw just to keep on while I was there. So if you see me walking down with the claw, it's because I'm trying to keep that bracelet on. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I didn't want to keep anything. What am I gonna keep? The only option was to keep that sweater, keep the bracelet. I don't think the shoes were an option. I don't even remember what the shoes were. Anyway, it was a pretty traumatizing experience for me, and it was very valid. It's been so, I almost didn't even put that on YouTube. I was just gonna digitize it and figure out a way to share it with my coworkers and stuff, because I've told people for years that I was on Maury, and I'm not necessarily thinking that they didn't believe me, but they're always like, what? You're on Maury Povich? So I sort of put it up on YouTube because I was like, I'm just gonna share this with my coworkers and my friends, and so if they feel getting the proof that I was actually on Maury, there it is. I really didn't think that it was gonna be of interest to the internet at large. So it's been an unexpectedly great experience. So that's my advice to you, I guess, is if there's something really weird that you're thinking about doing, just do it, just do it. Just put yourself out there, because you never know what can come back from it. Worst case scenario, nothing comes back from it, and you move on, and you forget that you did the thing. But in my case, I did the thing and I had a great response from it. So I want to thank you personally for, if you're one of the people that watched it, if you're one of the people that subscribed because of that video, if you're one of the people that subscribed because of my other videos, especially thank you, because that's the thing that is my content that I'm putting out there. And if you're actually into my content, especially thank you. But anyway, I just wanted to make a little video that has now probably been really long. I don't know. Just to say, hey, thank you so much for being there, for watching my videos, for subscribing, and I don't know if this is a reward to see my face finally. To be honest, I'm probably not going to do it very often, but I did want to just sort of do a little where are you now. So now that I have done it, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time. I think I'm going to do like a tour of my computer as my next video. So I'll see you then. Thanks. Bye.